Hello fanciers. Welcome back to the Game Dog Caribbean channel. The content you experience here is fictional and for entertainment purposes only, something like a Harry Potter book, or the story of the Avatar, The Last Airbender and content of that nature. Please like, comment, and share this video and click on the bell icon to be notified whenever new content is posted to this channel. For this episode, we will recount the first installment of the March Madness Convention hunting trials, that took place in the spring of 1924. These hog hunts were an effort to place a control on the escalating wild pest population in the area at that time. The farmers and hog hunters had a very good working relationship, and it culminated into events such as the one we will report on today. Show number 1. CSK's 6 one-time winner versus EMK's, males, set at 53 pounds. Referee, HRK. For this hunt, CSK was bringing back out their one-time winner 6 that picked up his first win in deep waters, while the YMK team was using a prospect to get the job done. At the scale, CSK's 6, 53 pounds, 5 ounces. EMK's Pharaoh, 52 pounds, 9 ounces. The breach by the CSK team was acknowledged, and the YMK team decided to continue with the hunt. From the release, 6 meets hog on the other side of the trail while Pharaoh is slow off his mark. Both hunters going for boar's shoulders. 6 hits Matt but is in short order on boar's muzzle. Pharaoh on the other side of the trail shooting for his boar's shoulder while is still trying to keep his boar out on the muzzle. 6 continues to defend while Pharaoh moves to the hog's leg and shakes viciously. 6 hits the mat with hog in his back end shaking. Pharaoh drives for shoulders while 6 is on the head and going out of hold on occasion. Pharaoh is looking like the stronger hunter and dominating on the hunt. 6 back goes back to the mat out of hold and Pharaoh pushing for his boar's back end. At the 15-minute mark, 6 is folded up while Pharaoh driving in and shaking his boar viciously. 6 is far behind on the hunt and CSK eventually throws in the towel at the 16-minute mark and 6 completes his courtesy. Winner, CSK's Pharaoh in one-time winner in 16 minutes. Show number 2. CCK's champion Castro 3-time winner bis versus ABMK's Bossy one-time winner, males, set at 53 pounds. Referee, HGK. For this hunt, the CCK team was bringing back out their champion Castro for number 4 that had previously outhunted BBK's Steady Eddie one-time winner, KK's prospect and R8K's champion Drug Lord on his last outhunting. Bossy on the other hand outhunted SCK's Execute to pick up his first ribbon. At the scale, CCK's Castro, 53 pounds. ABMK's Bossy, 52 pounds, 10 ounces. Both hunters were on weight and they made their way to the trail. From the release, both hunters met their hog in middle with Bossy on a swift offense hitting up his boar while Castro trying to keep his boar out from the mat. Castro gets his hog out and shoots for shoulder and shakes. Bossy on the other side of the trail moves to the head trying to keep his hog out on the hunt. Bossy continues to defend on the head while Castro is shooting for his boar's shoulders. 7 minutes in, Bossy controlling hog by the head while Castro begins hitting the mat on occasion. Bossy is showing dominance on the hunt at this point. Both hounds were heating up by the 12-minute mark, but Bossy was still controlling his boar by the ear. Bossy hits Matt at the 15-minute mark while Castro is driving in on his boar but not for long. Bossy gets in his boar's shoulders while Castro hits the mat again. 20 minutes in, both hounds are hot and out of hold and the count reaches 8 seconds. At the 25-minute mark the out of hold count was completed and handles were achieved with Bossy to go, and he completes a bolting scratch. Handles achieved again with Castro to go, and he completes his scratch. Both hounds hit the mat with Castro shaking on occasion. Bossy regains his footing soon after and is searching for hold on the other side of the trail. Handles were achieved again at the 26-minute mark with Bossy to go and he completes a strong scratch. Bossy hits Matt soon after while Castro gets on top of his boar searching for holds. Bossy is stretched out at 30-minute mark while Castro is on top of his boar on the other side of the trail but not doing much. Handles were achieved with Castro to go, and he completes his scratch while Bossy hits the mat soon after on the other side of the trail. Handles were achieved again with Bossy to go and he completes a bolting scratch. Bossy is still looking like the stronger animal on the hunt. Handles were achieved again with Castro to go and he completes his scratch. Bossy hits the mat again while Castro is shaking his hog viciously. Handles were achieved again at the 52-minute mark with Bossy to go and he completes a bolting scratch. Handles were achieved again at the 54-minute mark with Castro to go and he completes his scratch. Handles were achieved again at the 59-minute mark with Bossy to go and he completes an explosive scratch. Handles were achieved again at the hour and 1-minute mark with Castro to go and he refuses continue. Bossy then scratches to end the hunt, ramming his boar into the side of the trail. Winner, ABMK's Bossy 2-time winner in 1 hour and 2 minutes. Show number 3. DBK and De Cruz Third World 1-time game loser 1-time winner versus 0268MC and the Nations Unknown, males, set at 48.5 pounds. Referee, PWK. For this hunt, the DBK team was bringing back out their Third World dog to try and pick up their second ribbon, while the 0268 team was bringing another fusion prospect to get the job done. At the scale, DBK's Third World, 49 pounds, 5 ounces. 0268MC's Unknown, 48 pounds, 8 ounces. The breach by the DBK team was acknowledged and the 0268 team decided to proceed with the hunt. From the release, both hunters met in the middle and shooting for their boar's shoulders. The exchange was even and Third World begins shooting for the chest while Unknown rides his boar's the head, staying out of trouble. Unknown begins shooting for throat and front end as Third World is on the ear trying to keep his boar out. Both hit the mat and going their hog's back end. 15 minutes in, both hunters are shuffling for front end holds on their hog. Unknown begins controlling his hog from the head while Third World is driving for hold in front end but not with much success. Third World hits the mat while Unknown drives in for his boar's back end on the other side of the trail, shaking viciously. Third World begins losing steam and hitting the mat more often, and while Unknown continues to dominate his boar, forcing protest chasing hog by the 25-minute mark. DBK throws in the towel at the 26-minute mark. Winner, 0268MC's Unknown 1-time winner in 26 minutes. Show number 4. TNK's Cruise vs LJK's Lizard, males, set at 45.5 pounds. Referee, HRK. For this hunt, both teams were bringing some prospects to the trail to get the job done. At the scale, TNK's Cruise, 45 pounds, 9 ounces. LJK's Lizard, 43 pounds, 1 ounces. From the release, Lizard met his hog on the other side of the trail and proceeded to dominate his hog while Cruise was off to some early defense. Cruise began to protest and hitting the mat while Lizard continued to dominate his boar. Cruise regained his footing and proceeded to drive his boar into the side of the trail. Lizard begins hitting the mat while Cruise is shooting for his boar's back end and shaking. Cruise begins to heat up and hits the mat again and is folding up while Lizard is on top of his boar. By the 27-minute mark, both hunters are hot and hitting the mat more often. At the 31-minute mark, Cruise is down while Lizard is on top of his boar searching for holds. Lizard then goes down and Cruise is pushing for his boar's back end. Lizard continues to hold onto muzzle in defense while Cruise dominates his boar. Cruise is ahead on the trail at the 20-minute mark while Lizard continues to defend. The pace slows down at the 30-minute mark. 45 minutes in, both hunters are on the mat hot but holding their boar. Handles were achieved at the 46-minute mark with Lizard to go and he completes his scratch. Handles were achieved again at the 48-minute mark. Handles were achieved again at the 51-minute mark with Lizard to go and he stands the line and Cruise scratches to win at the 54-minute mark. Winner, TNK's Cruise 1-time winner in 54 minutes. Show number 5. HHK's Charlie 2-time winner versus PBK's Chance 1-time winner, males, set at 43 pounds. Referee, HGK. For this hunt, the HHK team was out hunting for their championship title while the PBK team was going for their second win. Charlie was an Audi solution cross of the HHK stock while Chance was a direct son of HSK's Diablo 1-time winner, the Buddhaman stuff. At the scale, HHK's Charlie, 42 pounds, 14 ounces. PBK's Chance, 42 pounds, 11 ounces. Both hunters were within the contracted weight and they made their way to the trail. From the release, both hunters met their hog in the middle with Charlie going to the shoulder and Chance off to an early defense on his boar's head. Charlie is looking like the stronger and faster animal pushing around his boar on the trail early on while Chance gets his boar out and controls it by the head shortly after. Chance hits the mat briefly while Charlie shoots for his boar's back end. Charlie picks up his boar's shoulder but is taken out shortly after by the muzzle. Chance on the other side of the trail is keeping his hog out by the muzzle and ear. 14-minute in Chance hits his boar in the face and forces protest while Charlie is pushing for hold in front end with some success. Both hunters were moving at a fast pace on the trail. Chance begins heating up but trying to keep his hog out by the face and ear while Charlie is still pushing for the hog's front end. A turn is called on the Chance hound and acknowledged. Handles are achieved around the 20-minute mark with Chance to go and he completes his scratch. 26 minutes in, Charlie hits the mat while Chance is going in on his boar. 30 minutes in, Chance hits the mat but maintains hold on his boar's muzzle. Handles were achieved at 32-minute mark with Charlie to go and he completes an explosive scratch while Chance meets his boar halfway across the trail. The pace slows down at the 36-minute mark and Chance is holding his boar from beneath while Charlie is out of hold. Handles are achieved at 39 minutes with Chance to go and Chance completes an explosive scratch ramming his boar into the side of the trail. Charlie on the other side of the trail hits the mat and protests. Fang called, acknowledged, and undone at 41-minute mark and Charlie appear to be fading on the hunt. 45 minutes in, Chance hits the mat while defending as Charlie is pushing in on his hog. Fang called and acknowledged and undone at 46 minutes. Charlie hits the mat at the 47-minute mark and handles were achieved soon after with Charlie to go and he completes a convincing scratch. Chance is back up and pressuring his hog to the mat while Charlie is losing steam on the other side of the trail. Chance proceeds to control his boar by the ear and face while Charlie is pushing without hold and hitting the mat more often. A scratch to continue was requested by the HHK team and granted, then Charlie completes his scratch and hits the mat soon after. Chance continues to dominate his boar on the hunt. The HHK throws in the towel at 56 minutes. Winner, PBK's Chance 2-time winner in 56 minutes. Show number 6. LJK's Vulture vs RRKW's Spark, males, set at 44 pounds. Referee, HGK. For this hunt, the LJK team was bringing back out their one-time winner, one-time loser to try and pick up their second win on the trail. The RRKW on the other hand was using a prospect to get the job done. At the scale, LJK's Vulture, 43 pounds. RRKW's Spark, 43 pounds, 10 ounces. From the release, both hounds met their hog in the middle with Spark shooting for the front end while Vulture is trying to keep his hog out by the head and side of face. Spark is showing superior strength on the hunt and drives into his boar while Vulture continues to back up as his boar is charging and shaking viciously. Vulture is working his boar's face and eventually forces protest, but Spark on the other side of the trail is still pushing for the front end. Vulture is heating up and begins hitting the mat. Spark on the other side of the trail forces protest. Spark is ahead on the hunt at this point, but Vulture regains his footing on the other side of the trail, proceeds to drive into his boar briefly before hitting the mat again. Spark continues to dominate his boar in the throat and the LJK team eventually throws in the towel on the hunt. Winner, RRKW Spark, one-time winner in 25 minutes. Day 2. Show number 7. MBK's Audi 2-time winner, 2-time best conditioned dog versus BWK's L16 1-time winner, males, set at 39 pounds. Referee, PWK. For this hunt, after some negotiations, the MBK team was bringing back out their Audi 2-time winner to try and capture their championship title, while the BWK club was coming back with the notorious L16 1-time winner to try and pick up their second win. This was a grudge match of sorts and a very well anticipated clash. At the scale, MBK's Audi, 39 pounds. BWK's L16, 39 pounds, 4 ounces. The BWK break was acknowledged and the MBK team decided to proceed with the hunt. From the release, both hunters met their hog in the middle with tusk flying on impact. L16 was going for his boar shoulders while Audi was on the other side of the trail trying to keep his hog out by the ear. Both hunters were trading places with their boar for the first 10 minutes, going on offense and then defense. At the 15-minute mark, 16 began heating up and driving without a hold while Audi continued to control his boar from the head. Audi began driving for his boar's front end and hitting the legs on occasion, shaking viciously while L16 was on the defense. A turn was eventually called and acknowledged on the 16 hound. At the 25-minute mark, 16 was recovering and showing good mouth, backing up his boar while Audi began hitting the mat but remaining in hold on the trail. Both hunters were hot on the trail at this point, with 16 having a more difficult time with his boar. By the 35-minute mark, Audi had established his lead on the trail while 16 was beginning to fade. Handles were achieved with 16 to go and he went across to an inactive corner and was counted out before getting back to his boar. Audi then completed his scratch to end the hunt. Winner, MBK's champion Audi 3-time winner in 46 minutes. Show number 8. SCK's Vendetta vs K9K's Joker, males, set at pounds. Referee, HRK. For this hunt, the SCK team was hunting for their second win while the K9K was out to pick up their first ribbon with their prospect. At the scale, SCK's Vendetta, 37 pounds, 3 ounces. K9K's Joker, 36 pounds, 13 ounces. From the release, both hunters met their hog in the middle, shuffling for front end holds. Vendetta begins hitting the mat early on but regaining his footing in short order. Both continue wrestling for front end holds on their hog and hitting the muzzle on occasion. Vendetta begins going to the face trying to keep his boar out while Joker is shooting shoulders and chest. 2 handles achieved in short order with K9K going first and both hunters completed their scratches. Handles achieved again with K9K to go and he completes a bolting scratch. Vendetta begins heating up on the trail and hitting the mat, while Joker began to dominate on the hunt. Handles were achieved again, and Vendetta was counted out. Joker then completed his scratch ending the hunt. Winner, K9K's 1-time winner in 1 hour and minutes. Show number 9. PPK and De Cruz Payback vs DSK's Skelly, males, set at 34.5 pounds. Referee, CCK. For this hunt, both teams were bringing out some prospects to get the job done. At the scale, PPK's Payback, 34 pounds, 4 ounces. DSK's Skelly, 34 pounds, 4 ounces. From the release, both hunters met their hog in the middle trying to dominate their boar on the mouth. Payback moves to his boar's front leg while Skelly went for his boar's back end. Both hunters began swapping back end holds with Payback getting the better holds and showing good mouth. Payback begins dominating his boar, hitting any spot left open while Skelly was having a difficult time with his boar. The DSK team eventually throw in the towel just over the half-an-hour mark. Winner, PPK's Payback 1-time winner in 35 minutes. Show number 10. BWK's Lady aka Strong Girl 1-time winner vs DK's Leah, females, set at 42.5 pounds. Referee, HGK. For this hunt, the BWK team was bringing back out their 1-time winner Strong Girl for her second hunt that was down from their new stock, while the DK team was using a prospect to get the job done with a heavy BWK's Homer background. At the scale, BWK's strong girl, 42 pounds, 10 ounces. Dick and the nation's Leah, 43 pounds, 15 ounces. Both hunters were over the contracted weight, so it was a wash, and the hunt was on. From the release, both hunters met their hog in the middle with Lady going to the chest and throat while Dick was trying to keep their hog out on the head. Strong girl is looking like the stronger animal on the hunt early on, hitting up chest and shoulders while Leah on the other side of the trail still on defense. Leah hits the mat briefly then continues to control her boar from the head and ear and shaking viciously on occasion. 20 minutes in, both hunters are hitting the mat in turn and going into their boar's shoulders when open. Handles were achieved with Strong Girl to go and she completed her scratch. Strong Girl moves to her boar's chest and shakes while Leah gets her boar out and hits it up in the inner shoulder and legs. Both hunters got onto their hog's muzzle in a mix of offense and defense. Handles were achieved again, and Leah completes an explosive scratch. Leah was looking like the stronger animal at this point and dominating on the trail. A turn was called on the BWK hound. The pace slows down and they are in holds on their boar's muzzle. Leah moves to the legs and shakes viciously while Strong Girl is losing team. Leah continues to dominate on the hunt while Strong looks like she is out of it. The BWK team eventually throws in the towel and Strong Girl completes her courtesy scratch. Winner, DK and the nation's Leah one-time winner in 1 hour. Show number 11. DDK/CFK's Diamond vs F&SK's 8-ball aka dollar coin, females, set at 41 pounds. Referee. For this hunt, both teams were bringing out some prospects to get the job done. At the scale, CFK's Diamond, 40 pounds, 4 ounces. F&SK's 8-ball, 40 pounds, 10 ounces. Both hunters were within the stipulated weight at the hunt was on. From the release, Diamond met her hog on the other side of the trail while 8-ball a little slower off the mark. They tussled briefly for holds on their boar, but 8-ball was showing good strength. Diamond began to protest just before she took her boar by the face and began shaking. 8-ball on the other side of the trail was driving for her boar's front end and forcing protest. 8-ball gets in on her boar's shoulder and shakes viciously while Diamond is losing confidence on the hunt. Diamond gets back on her boar's face trying to keep it out while 8-ball begins dominating her boar forcing protest. The DDK team eventually threw in the towel. Winner, F&SK's 8-ball aka dollar coin one-time winner in 19 minutes. March Madness Convention 24. GIS, ABMK's Bossy 2-time winner GIS. BIS, RRKW's Spark 1-time winner BIS. BCD, F&SK's 8-ball 1-time winner BCD. QPA, EMK's Pharaoh 1-time winner QPA. Thanks to the hunting clubs for providing inspiration for these fictional accounts. Thank you for watching and continue to tune in to the Game Dog Caribbean channel. Until next time, the best place to begin is square one, and remember, good dogs are where you find them. Be sure to comment, like and share this video and hit the bell icon to get notified whenever we post new content.